This is gonna be funny. So today we're back in the shop because we have to get a plane together before we can go back out to the flying field.
Thanks for rubbing that in.
Not that he doesn't have like a million planes in here, but we need the right one.
We're working on it.
But today you're going to show us a little technique that you learned recently.
Yeah, so this is something I picked up actually by accident. I was on a Facebook group. I don't even think it was an airplane-related Facebook group, but someone mentioned this stuff, and I thought, hey, that might work with our film covering. So what they were talking about is this 3M. It's called Finish Line Knifeless tape, and it's a tape they use for vinyl wrapping cars, for cutting lines on the cars without having to use a knife, because you don't want to do that on the paint of your car. So I was thinking about it, and when you're covering a wing and you're doing a design, you kind of can cut the design and lay it on the wing and then trim the overlap based on where you position things.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when we're doing a turtle deck or the belly of a fuselage, and a lot of planes will have like one color on the turtle deck and on the belly and then a white stripe down the side, and you want to be able to trim that line straight. One way to do it is to measure your length around the turtle deck and cut your covering to size, but then you have to position it perfectly when you're covering.
Exactly.
And that can be a little tricky. So this is kind of nice. You can actually lay it down on your line, cover your piece that you're covering, and then you peel it back, and it actually works as a knife. It's this translucent tape with a wire in the middle that acts as a knife. That's why they call it knifeless cutting tape. Nice. So I went ahead and got a trial size here off of Amazon, which is actually perfect for us. It's 10 meters, which for most planes would be plenty to use, so you don't have to spend a ton of money on the full size thing.
About what was this?
I want to say this is about $10.
Oh yeah.
So it's not too bad. So what we did to do a sample here is we've got a piece of balsa wood covered in purple. Got some spare silver. I'm gonna lay the tape down on our line, and we'll cover over. So we're gonna go ahead and start by laying down our tape. So you just peel it out here, leave a little excess to the left side. We'll talk about why here in a second.
Hold it down.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a little easier when you got a larger piece like a model instead of just this test piece. So we go ahead and we lay this out, cut off our excess, put that aside. So we get this stuck down nice and neat. Nice thing is it's really thin, so it's not going to score into the wood or anything. That is one of the reasons you don't want to use a blade here. If I were cutting this line, I could use a really light pressure, but you have to use enough to get through the covering. If I use a little too much, I'm scoring the balsa wood, weakening it. And
the worst part is as the blade starts to get dull, which is only about a foot, you got to push harder all the time.
I had a friend that had a plane built, and the guy sheeted the wing and then covered it and used the knife to cut the pieces out and scored it, and like second flight, the wing failed in flight. So not something good that you want to happen. So we're going to take our piece of scrap covering here for our test. We'll go ahead and put this down. Get it down, covered down nice and hopefully bubble free, but we're not using our normal methods like our Windex method we talked about when we were doing the checkerboards on that previous video.
Hey, if only we would listen to ourselves.
Right? I know.
That's the problem.
Hey, do as I say, not as I do.
We actually give some good advice.
Sometimes,
we just don't follow it.
So anyways, we're going to go ahead and put this down. You want to cover about 1/4 to 1/2 inch past the cut line, just so it sticks down. That's how it's going to cut, is by having the tension on it on either side. And you just go right over the tape, and we'll peel that up here in a minute. So there we go. Get it nice and down. This is just a sample again, guys. You'd take a lot more time and do it a lot prettier if it was your actual plane. So then what you want to do, you got to be careful because you need the line coming out of the top of the tape, not the bottom. So you fold it over like so, and then you snap it. Boom. Now it's coming out the top of the tape.
Correct.
And what I found works in my samples is the hardest part for the line to cut is the start, to get it cutting. So I just take my knife and just put a little slice in it.
Just like material when they rip it, they make that little cut and then it rips
nice and easy. So you'll have to experiment with what works best for you, and then you want to pull it straight back on itself, just like so. And you just pull the line.
Nice.
Cuts right across, and then you take your excess piece here, peel it off. And you take your tape, and you got to kind of get under it a little bit here, and it peels away.
And then
you take your iron, and it sticks to you because it's tape. Yeah. And then you take your iron, you cover it down. You have a nice clean line.
That is cool.
Yeah, I did do some like waves across the piece.
Yeah.
And you can do some designs and do some free form if you like, but I found it works really well. I mean, For as quick as it is, I didn't get my start cut perfectly straight. So I think the most important thing is getting that start cut right on the line without cutting the line.
Yeah.
And pulling low back. You want it folded over. If you pull up, it lifts the edge of the covering and it gets really ugly. But that's what I found works.
If you placed everything down one direction and everything down the other direction, you could actually make checkerboards out of it. You could do the same thing. I think that would be more of a hassle than the way that we showed them on the last video. Yeah, I think the last video would be better.
Cut, it works pretty well.
Or a curve cut.
Yeah.
Going across that would work really well.
So that's what I found, and I think it's something worth checking out.
It definitely is. So you guys get a chance, go on Amazon, get the, what is it, 3M?
Yeah, we'll put some links in the description.
We'll put some links down below.
Pick it up. Yep.
And get some of that and try it on here. It does give a nice clean, I mean, that's pretty clean line.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that wasn't cut with an X-Acto blade.
And no damage to the piece below, so that means that no fuel's going to get there too. There's no open spot for the balsa. Yep. So that really works out well.
Yeah.
So anyway, hopefully if you guys like this video, please give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe. That really helps us out when you subscribe.
And you can win a free drone.
And you can win a free drone. Just check out the other video.
Yep.
And
Once we get 500 subscribers, we're gonna go ahead and give away a drone.
So we want you guys to subscribe, and you guys to subscribe
too,
over there.
yes.
All right. So that's it. We'll be back soon.
Cool.
For the balsa. So that really works out well. Yeah. So there you go. So hopefully you guys like this video. I'm just waiting for you to tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Look over here. That one's not looking at you.
Well, okay.
That's why I was just like...
So